get them at around 20%, but once you encapsulate them and put them into a module, they do drop to around 18%. So your range of the ones you find on the rooftops, 16 to 18%, around there.
Yeah. You mentioned you're incorporating micro tractors or something?
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's basically a miniature tractor that we can basically place on the rear side of a solar module, and it functions just like a regular MPPE tractor, just in a smaller compact size.
Is it used commercially?
I believe so. You can get it pre-made, you can get it off the shelf, but I think we're making our own ones.
So is it the same as a microinverter then?
Yeah, essentially it is.
Okay.
It is. So but the thing is, we have you know how they have a limited voltage range and current range, so we limit it to the specifications of battery modules.
In terms of the student involvement, is this whole thing positioned as a learning tool for students, or?
The main focus of it is to get students from a broad range of different engineering backgrounds, as well as students from like different faculties, just like all join together, work together on one project, because in the industry you won't be just working with engineers. So this is a way to sort of, I guess, model that as well.
Yeah, so it's not really like an academic thing or anything. We don't get academic credit for this. It's more like a volunteer student project that we just happen to work on during the weekends when free time.
Do you guys have to raise your own funds, or how is it?
So we have convinced the uni to fund our projects. So they are funding our next car, but we did have problems before funding this car. A lot of our sponsors are in kind. So, for example, the carbon fiber chassis, it did cost us, I think, $110,000, but that's the carbon fiber itself. But we had half of it sponsored by the companies. Our solar cells, the in-kind from SunPower. So we do have a lot of in-kind sponsorship as well.
So as you can see around the car, you can we'll put the sponsors on our car.
I'm just wondering, in terms of what may lie down the track, a car, I guess a solar powered car, is a very good example of where space is at a premium, you know, to put your solar panels. And certainly I think cars like the Tesla Model S and a number of others have shown that there's nothing wrong with an electric car, and it can be very high performance. Like 500 newton meters of torque is not to be sneezed at. But how much do you think in the future that actual having photovoltaics on the car is actually going to contribute to what that car can do?
I'd probably advise against putting solar panels on directly onto a car. I'd rather suggest such as charge ports being part of solar.
Yeah.
That would be a better option.
Yeah.
Because due to, there are some limitations. For example, we have a limitation, we can't see through the back because there's solar array there.
Okay.
We need rear view cameras. So there are problems that cars need to overcome. But overall in the industry, I think when people say they put solar panels on their cars, it's not to directly power the drive systems or the actual car when it's driving. It's just for the auxiliary stuff.
Sure.
So like, for example, headlights, radio, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say having solar panels powering the car will be, it'll be pretty far off. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't see it anytime soon.
Cool.
Are they flexible? Are those flexible solar panels?
Yes, they are. So
And so they have different efficiencies whether they're on the back of the car or the front.
yeah. So I mentioned the mismatch losses that we have with the curvature of the car.
Yeah.
So the only way to mitigate that is with micro trackers. But yeah, you do have a bit of a 10%, 15% loss due to that curvature. And having the design like this, so we have, we got Solbin to help us encapsulate our cells. So it's not a normal glass cover, it's just an EVA cover. And it is flexible, but if you have hail damage, then it's going to just damage our array. So it's not that protected.
When you say micro trackers, are they MPPT trackers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has anything been commercialised from, whatever you've developed over the 20 years with the cars?
We've had people asking us to commercialise our solar car, but as a uni group, we moved quite quickly, and I don't think we're going to go into manufacturing. So
Any sort of just one idea from the car? Has any idea been developed, or in any sort of innovation?
I'm not sure.
In terms of commercialization, not that I know of, but like the wind tunnel, that we were the first team to actually design a car with a wind tunnel for the 2013 World Solar Challenge. So in the 2015 World Solar Challenge, we saw a majority of the other cars in the class also adopt the same wind tunnel concept.
So So what's the advantage of them?
The aerodynamics, it greatly improves aerodynamics of it.
Yeah, so that brought down our drag coefficient to 0.16.
It's pretty good.
Very good. I think we'll finish that. Let's thank our speakers again.